Welcome back across the bridge.
Welcome.
We're back with another episode. Jahmal Rashad, we got Keezy Kool continuing to just bridge that gap between the world and Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the NBA playoffs turning up right now. But before we get into that, man, how you living, man? You blessed? How's the week been?
I'm blessed. I'm turned up. I'm still turned from that Kendrick Lamar show, man. That shit was excellent. The restaurant I went to, that shit is still on the tip of my tongue. I had this lamb shank from there, boy, and some other shit, cauliflower. The drink had a little butterfly, and I went like in that butterfly put in my drink, but that shit was good. Everything was good, man. The show was awesome. I had a good ass time by myself. I ain't need no date. You feel me? I was turned up, so I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. I'm on another 7-day cleanse, man. Another 7-day clean up with water, 7-day water fast right now. Teas and kombuchas and shit like that. So this day 2 of that turned up.
Oh, yeah?
How
So,
about yourself? How about yourself? How you doing?
I mean, I'm all right, man. Today's a weird day, but we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I can see. I can feel your energy. Your energy's a little more subdued.
Yeah.
Probably
Just
should
one of
take that
those
damn
days.
jersey off.
Huh?
Take that damn jersey off. You might feel a little better. Might lift your spirits.
Yeah. Um, so you went to the concert. I seen you. So you went by yourself. What made you do that decision? I thought you was
That's
riding.
how I'm living, bro. That's how I'm living these days. I'm solo dolo these days, bro. I'm just gonna find comfort in my solitude. Do my best to find comfort in the solitude, right? You know what I'm saying? It's being solo dolo for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I want to be by myself and get my shit together and be a more present father than I already am. That's what gives me the most joy in life, being a father. So I'm gonna just rock off in that. Get my body even better, get my mind better, money right, everything right, artillery, everything got to get right. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man. You've been keeping up with uh, that joint in Africa. Dang. Burkina
Oh
Faso.
yeah, brother. Yeah. I have for the most part, but even how I look at things, even with that, it's a little more. It's a little stuff I ain't liking when I'm seeing with that a little bit. But I understand. It's the imagery is good, but he's shaking hands with certain people, and I'm just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We got a lot going on right here. We got stuff going on right here in Black America. You feel me? We
Yeah.
got to keep up with. Shit.
Oh, I can feel that. All right, cool. Before we jump in, though, I did want to touch on your experience going to Charlotte. So you already talked about, different foods being on the tip of your tongue. The
Right.
drinks had butterflies. I guess that's your style. What was that experience like? Like, kind of walk us through the day, man. Because you talked about Kendrick Lamar being your guy. I want to hear how the experience went.
Man, so I was on there for a day, right? I've been to Charlotte before previously for a little more, but I was on there for a day because I was just in and out. But the thing that hit me quick, man, is just it must just be something in the water in Jacksonville where people down here just mean as fuck. This must be like the Southern Brooklyn or some shit. Cause I went to Charlotte, all I heard was Peace King, the sisters, Peace King, excuse me, King, even the brothers, everybody congratulate me. I like your hat, I like this, you're nice. Hey man, you very well, man. Where you from? You know, so you having a good time by yourself. Everybody was just vibing. Everybody just had good positive energy. Talking about the black folks, you know what I'm saying? Well, down here. Motherfuckers ain't looking at you, they ain't speaking too much. It's kind of like you gotta always be on edge, you know what I'm saying? Unless you see one of the people who vibrating high, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that was the smoke. It was raining, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't go out that much. It rained right up to the concert. At 7:15 it stopped, and then right when that bit ended, like 11:30, that rain picked up again like a damn tsunami out there. So I'm happy I didn't take no young lady because she'd have been out there in the rain for 2 hours with me, and the tsunami pissed off because the Ubers kept canceling and all that. Um, I could see a lot of similarities in the cities of Jacksonville and Charlotte about like this development. Seem like they're a little bit behind us when it comes to infrastructure and development, building up the roads and things like that. But I did this. They downtown much better. Like they ain't saying much, but they downtown is much better. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of energy. It was so many different events going on down there at the time. Like some kind of other little music festivals going on, like two of them, and the Kendrick Lamar being the big thing. And everybody had a good time, man. The man performed in the rain. Him and SZA, they did their thing. Them two by themselves. You know, and I was just rocking, man. If you see in my story, I was turned up, yelling to the max. You know what I'm saying? Just having a good ass time. Just blessed. You know what I'm saying? Just feeling. You know what I'm saying? Good to be there. Good to be alive and just healthy and things. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what it
That's what's up,
was.
man. Well, I'm glad you had that experience. I seen some clips from you and just in general.
Mm.
So it was cool to see, man. So shout out to
Kendrick,
Kendrick
man.
Lamar and SZA. Glad you had a great time. And that's
Yes,
what's up.
sir. Yes, sir.
So I was gonna wear this green jersey right here to represent your team that you said was gonna blow through the NBA playoffs in the
Yeah.
Eastern
Yeah.
Conference.
Yeah.
You want to start there? Where you want to start
Yeah,
when it
see,
comes to the NBA
it's
playoffs?
crazy, right? It's crazy, right? We can start there. You right. 'Cause I'm a Laker fan at heart, and whenever I do anything with the Celtics, it goes south. When I get the Celtics in 2K, I always lose. If I ever put money on the Celtics, I lose my money. Like maybe I'm just not supposed to ever just try to be that open-minded, fair man. Maybe as a Laker fan, I should just say fuck them at all times. And I'm not rooting for them. I just feel like they're the best thing out. But man, this playoffs is crazy. Like both of our picks is assed out right now. Like you pick Cleveland, I pick Boston, and we gonna get the Pacers and the Knicks look like what kind of shit this is. So they blew two 20-point leads, man, and it's kind of like the old adage comes back: when you live by three, you die by the three. Right? It's a lot of bad. I'm seeing a lot of bad basketball in this round compared to the last round, where guys just driving to the paint, clearly can get a layup, a dunk, or a foul, and they just keep passing the ball to the 3-point line. I don't understand what analytics. How have analytics soaked their tentacles so much into this game that they just do things that don't make sense? Even the game winning shot that Haliburton hit, I was like, bro, you kind of made that bit hard. He hit it. I'm like, you kind of made it harder doing the step, but he had him beat to the paint. He stepped back, he knocked it down, whatever. But all these teams that shooting these three, that's literally why these teams losing. It ain't like the Knicks blowing them out. It's like if you hit three more shots, you win every damn game. The Knicks ain't doing nothing. It's just y'all niggas, they missing wide open shots. It ain't like the Knicks even playing good D. They missing wide open threes. Same thing happened in Minnesota in game one of their game. Them boys missed three after three after three. And ain't nothing really to say, bro. You just missing threes, bro. It ain't X's and O's. Niggas just missing shots.
Yeah, I mean, it is a matter of missing shots, which I think makes the game more exciting because they're not willing to take the 2-point shot at this current point. So it's almost better missing the threes because it makes the game exciting. Because imagine if they was hitting
It'd
five
be a blowout.
threes. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the Denver and OKC game where they losing by 40 points. So I think that's really just to answer your question, like how did analytics come into the game to the point to where people are taking 60, 70 3-point shots and missing 45, 50 3-point shots. It's because if those shots go down, you up 30 points. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, that's why you can be down 20, you can come back, right? Because you can hit a couple threes and now you down 10 and it's a ball game. So I think that's how it crept in. Does it mean it's good basketball? Does it mean that's the type of basketball you want to watch? No. But what I noticed is that it's now displaying how much they actually practice those shots, right? Because I don't think they have the routine of actually driving to the hole and laying the ball up. Because I'm paying attention to Jason Tatum, even on, I think it was to go to overtime, and the big guy Mitchell was sticking him. And you already knew what he was going to do, right? Like he was setting up the dribble, or Jaylen Brown, one of them, to do a step back three. And Mitchell was able to play it so easily because it wasn't no threat of going to the basket. So I just think it's more of a coaching thing, right? Like, how do you coach during practice and get these individuals to say, hey, we're going to do drives, right? And lay the ball up, contest layups, whatever it may be, a jump shot from the free throw line. Like, I don't know, man, but just thinking
Bro, I've
about that.
always said, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, just thinking about that matchup, I think that's what's standing out the most is that, of course, if they're not hitting, the shots aren't falling, they're going to lose. But like you said, 2 or 3 jump shots, layups, literally would change the course of the game. and it's clearly something in the way they practice that they don't actually take jump shots. They don't drive to the hole. It's all about taking as many threes as possible, and therefore they're losing.
Well, they came out a lot of older players who are coaches now, and it's a lot of like graphs coming out. I don't know if you've seen this graph out on social media, but they show like back when we were kids where all the shots was at. They was all evenly dispersed, and you had a lot of shots in the mid range, right? Now they show this new graph. Now in the last like I guess 10, 15 years, everything is right in the paint, meaning layups, and everything is 3-point line. It's nothing, it's barely any shots inside of that, inside the arc, right? And I've been hearing some of those players, they come out and say that these guys, they don't practice no more. Practice is not what it used to be when we was kids, right? It seemed like to me, listen to Melo. They said they told him, the referees told him, hey, no more bully ball, no more in the paint, no more backing down. It seemed like to me, boxing out has been removed from the game. You watch this game all day, these niggas, they do not box out at all. They stand there and just look, and the ball be bouncing. This is how Aaron Gordon get a putback dunk to win the game. Cause niggas, they ain't, I mean, it's simple. Get down low and put your arms out. They don't do that. Uh, I was sitting there thinking on how Steph Curry and James Harden is like these dudes mid-range games is ass, but they can shoot threes left and right. But when they get inside that paint and have to shoot a mid-range jumper, they can't hit it. I'm like, it's weird, man. I don't, you know, this, you know, it's good. It's good to see. It's exciting because you got the underdogs up, but the basketball is just stupid.
Yeah, it's all muscle memory at this point. So that's why when they step inside that paint, they're used to shooting so far back. It's hard to adjust that in real
And,
time.
and
So
that's another reason why I can never say that these guys are better than that great. I'm like the older Anthony Edwards got it, right? He can shoot the three, he can shoot the mid-range and layup. Shea killing him. Shea do it all. And it seemed like whenever the guy who can do all three levels of scoring come along, he instantly one of the best players in the league, especially from the guard position because he got something in his game that the rest of these dudes don't got.
all right, so we got the Knicks up 2-0 against your Boston Celtics.
Hold on, let's pause. Let's pause. Let me pause. But let's do revisionist, okay? Before the series started, I had Celtics in 5. Right? What did you have?
I don't remember, honestly.
All right. So now that we here, what do you
I
think is
just
gonna be
called
next?
Boston to the conference finals
I,
against the
I
Cavs.
had Celtics in 5. What do you have it now? What do you think they're gonna come back and win? What do you think gonna happen?
Yeah, I think Boston will still win. I would say in 7.
Yeah. That's what I'm going. I'm going Boston in 7.
Yeah. And the main reason why is because they've been losing by 1 or 2 points.
Right, right,
Like
right,
like
right.
it's been some miraculous stuff happening. Now I think this is what I think, bro. Looking at the team, the actual star right now to me is Derek White. They need to
Mm-hmm.
find a way when they're up 20 and they're going on these 20-2 runs, New York. They actually need to get the ball in Derek White's hands, and then they can run a play for Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. But the 1-on-1, your turn, my turn, step back three is just that's just not how you win games. Now, if it's hitting,
Not.
oh, it is what it is. So I think honestly, Derek White is actually the X factor. Like he's been balling on the low, but when they get on those runs, it's just staying in the hands of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and that's not going to cut it. So,
What you're basically saying is you need a point guard to pace the game. Cause these motherfuckers up by 20 and still flying up and down the damn court. Like you said, going one-on-one, jacking up threes, you pace the game, slow the game down, you can draw more fouls, and you can keep the game the way it needs to be. So I agree with you in that point. Get the ball to Derek White.
yeah, he's definitely the X factor, or the little. Well, I would say Pritchard, but he kind of the same. He's just gonna launch it.
Yeah. He go too fast. He go too quick.
He gonna launch it from deep. But I
Right.
am super impressed with the Knicks, man. Like it makes me think about. I think they call him Worldwide West. Whoever the GM is of the Knicks, right? To be able to piece that team together the way they pieced it together, and also kudos to Brunson, right? We think about the deal that he signed, where it's like, man, he that was undervalued, right? Like he could have got a lot more money, but he took that deal. And now looking foresight, right? Like looking into the future, he like, man, I'll ball with Josh Hart. You know, bring DiVincenzo. You know, bring everybody who can who hoop with me. Like, and it's just a different
Right.
mentality. Like he's really top, if not top one, top two point guards in the league. Like he can get a bucket at
Yeah.
any at any
Anywhere.
on anybody. Like
Yes, he does. I can't
Drew
take that away from that.
Holiday is doing his best. You know what I'm saying? Like top tier defensive plays, and he still step back, jump shot, mid range, and it's like.
Yeah. He making Holiday look old right in front of our eyes right now.
So shout out to the New York Knicks, right? Because what I see the most is that everybody plays their role, and I'm so happy for Mikal Bridges, right? Because yesterday and the first game was the exact reason they brought him there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have somebody who not necessarily is going to be the star and lead your team, but he can get a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So he was the one who carried them through that 20-2 run, right? Where he was, if Jalen Brunson was out the game, he was the only one who could actually score and dribble the ball. And again, he's pulling up for what? Mid-range jump shots. Now, a couple of
Right.
fast break transition plays, he was testing the waters and he was throwing it up for a heat check. He
Mm-hmm.
got a couple of them, but for the most part, he was hitting mid-range jump shots. And that's the difference, right? Like when you just need a bucket, it don't matter if it's a two or a three. You just need a
Right.
bucket,
Right.
right? So I thought that was tremendous to see his impact. Josh Hart, man, that dude there, he don't
He,
necessarily score. He like Draymond Green to
he
me.
do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, he just you
He
need
got
one of
heart.
those
His
type
last
of
name said all, man. He got
Josh
heart.
Hart. Yeah, so I respect him, Mitchell, everybody. Like they just got the perfect team, and then you got Carl Anthony Towns, right? Like people expect him to maybe be, 1B or the second best player, but like if he can be your fifth best player, right,
Right.
and get rebounds, hit threes if he needs to, get 15 and 10, that's a huge difference, man. So the Knicks have something, but I definitely believe the Boston Celtics won't continue to miss 30 and 40 3-pointers. They're going to clearly keep taking them. And I think that's going to ultimately make the difference in seven
But
games.
I wouldn't care if they make it, because you know how turned it's gonna be if the Knicks in the finals. Man, that should be turned up. Like it'd be Stephen A. All them boy, them Knicks fans would be going ham. The arena. Oh man, that'd be some shit I try to pay to go see. That's what shit I want to be a part of. That just that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
whoever come out of that, that's what it is. I ain't no fan no more, so whatever.
Well, what about Indiana versus, man, the
Boy,
Cavaliers, man?
boy, hey man, you text me talking that shit about Donovan Mitchell.
And I
Hey,
knew
this
as I
these
was texting, I'm like, man, these boys about to lose. Like I could just see it. Donovan Mitchell was
no,
tired. Like,
dog, cause that's it will turn into that now. Like I said, dog, Darius Garland is the key. He got to be the point. Like you said about White, they need a point guard to slow this shit down because Donovan Mitchell is gonna shoot. He love this. He gonna shoot. At this point, so they all hurt. Ain't no pressure. It was amazing they was even in that game, though, to be honest, though, because you got Mobley out, Hunter out,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
Garland out.
And
So
Garland.
it was amazing they was even in the game, and to lose that at home. Now you got to go to Indiana, where I think Indiana gonna get one anyway. That was a tough loss, man. It's hard to really even judge the series though, because the Cavs not at full strength. So hard for me to sit down and really nitpick and sit down and shit on anybody because it's like playoff talk. I always say you need to be all hands on deck. All star like Darius Garland, your point guard. That's so how much I wasn't paying attention to the Heat series. 'Cause I ain't even know Garland was hurt. You know what I'm saying? So to see he missed game one and then they all missed game two, you kind of feel bad for him, man. Because I'm unlike the Celtics coming back. I don't think the Cavs coming back from this. I think the Pacers gonna go up probably like 3-1 and probably win this in six. Closest thing out in six, and maybe back in the East Conference Finals again. Um, it's tough to say, but you can't really judge him, man. I can't knock nobody from the Cavs. I can't even shit on Mitchell. Not that I want to. I don't think he's better than Booker. But injuries, man, injuries is fucking him up.
And he definitely better than Booker. Did I
Man,
freeze?
you good?
All right, cool. Because you froze on my side. But yeah, Donovan
Well,
is.
I see I'm froze right now. Am I moving back now?
Nah, I don't see you. Well, I mean, I see you. You just froze. All right, there we go. All right, cool. But yeah, what stands out to me the most about this series, two things actually. Number one is Rick Carlisle.
Great
Rick
coach.
Carlisle is coaching these Indiana Pacers, bro. And what I think about, right, like I don't really know the full story, but clearly he got up out of Dallas, right, unceremoniously. And when you think about what he was able to do in Dallas, right, bringing them a championship, um, prior to winning his coach, if I don't necessarily know Don Nelson's record, but he did some things when you think about development and putting people in the right place. And slowly but surely, the same thing is happening in Indiana, where it's not really top of mind. You think of the Indiana Pacers as a championship team, right? But they made these key moves, bringing Pascal Siakam from Toronto, championship contender. And then my second point is Haliburton, right? You have this guard who seemed pretty nice. If I forget if he San Diego State or one of those schools he went to, then he shows up at Sacramento, and they say, "All right, we'll trade you away for some bonus." And he's done nothing but continue to create star power and turning into a superstar. Honestly,
Turned up. Turned up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I look at what Rick Carlisle is doing, and he's had superstars, and now he has Pascal Siakam, who's a good, 15, 20 points guaranteed with 10 rebounds, manages the game, mid range game, right? Separates himself champion. And then you have a young point guard. Well, I mean, seems to get to the hole at ease. I mean, he knows how to pace the game, as you were saying. And then you got just these young dudes around who just really don't care, and they throwing it up. Nimbar, never heard of him. You got
Yeah.
Miles throwing the ball in. So I really like their team. I still don't see them as a championship competitor, but I mean the stats is the stats, man. They up 2-0. They won two on the road, and they going back to Indiana where I think they can close it out in 4 or 5 if Garland and the rest of them boys don't come back from injury. So shout out to Rick Carlisle, championship mindset, championship coach. Clearly coaching matters. He's making the difference. And I think they have something brewing there in Indiana, man.
What do you think about Tyrese Haliburton? I know. Have you been seeing every time they do something, he say overrate that? What do you think about them rating him? You know where that come from?
No.
So basically, the NBA players on the Athletic voted him as the most overrated player in the league.
I saw
For
that.
some reason, he's not liked. The OGs don't like him. I seen Tim Harvey talking shit about him. Nick Young, them. A lot of them players don't like Halliburton. I don't know why, what it is, but what do you think about them voting him the most overrated player in the league?
I mean, from one standpoint, I get it, right? Because again, I think it's all about perspective. So when I think about the Indiana Pacers, I don't really care who they have on the Indiana Pacers. I don't see them as a championship team. Like I just don't see it. Now, are they a hard, bring your bucket to work type of team, right? You think about Indiana. I assume
Right,
nothing
right,
much is
right.
out there, so it's just hardworking people who are kind of just chill and mind their business. But when it comes to the game of basketball, it's not going to be flashy. I think of the Rick Smiths, I think of the Dale Davises, the Jalen Roses, right? The Jamal Tinsleys. Like that's
Right.
who I think about, and it's like quality players, quality organization. But as far as championship, it just doesn't ring a bell. So thinking about Halliburton, right? Like he's not flashy in the way of a Kyrie Irving. Like he not gonna dance on you in that fashion. When you think about a jump shot, it reminds me of man. He played with the OKC. I can't think of his name. Dang, Kevin Martin.
Oh, Kevin Martin. I thought he
He,
was an All Star though.
well, I'm saying he came out and said he didn't want to be an all star. So at certain points, he would manage his shots. Anyway, he has the same shot. Like it goes in, but it's just
Yeah.
unorthodox. It's not natural. Um, and sometimes it can confuse you to where you're like, I ain't respecting that, but he gonna drop you off like get the game winner. So I think he just has to build his resume. It does appear he talks noise when you think about Damian Lillard. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They go back and forth with the Dame time, and he's sending them home. You got him and his dad coming out to the court talking noise to Giannis.
That's wild. That's
You know what I'm
wild.
saying? So that may be what it is, like an underlying tone of disrespect to somebody who may have not done anything, but he may just have the confidence to say, y'all just ain't seen it yet. And now he has this chance to show. So,
Bro, he may be the closest thing to a pure point guard in the NBA right now. As far as it's always been my belief that your point guard cannot be the leading scorer and win you championships if he's a real point guard. Like you think about a pure point guard, that's like how we grew up, the Jason Kidds and the Gary Paytons, the Mike Bibby's and people like that. Well, we got these scoring guards, scoring point like Steph Curry. Steph Curry is an anomaly because he doesn't really have to play that pure point guard, set the team up role. The offense pretty much is built around him. Draymond has always led the team in assists. He bring the ball up and Steph Curry running around the court. Whereas him, he bringing the ball up. He's setting his teammates up. He not leading the league. He not leading team in scoring. He very efficient. He was averaging damn near 9, 10 assists a game, and he is getting everybody open. Like I said, pacing the game. So it may lead to them this year getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? If things fall the way they fall, like I said, I think they're going to the conference finals. And they come through and just hoop the way they're supposed to hoop. Man, you never know. You might see them in the NBA finals. It wouldn't shock me, man, because they've been at it for a while. They're not like new. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I ain't picking them, but if they win, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I can't believe the Pacers made it here. You know what I'm saying? Because of the injuries and all those things. So I don't know why niggas don't like Haliburton. Shout out to Haliburton, man. He hoop when I see him. So
well, sometimes it's a light skin thing too.
that too. Cause yeah, and they do be saying because I think he from Wisconsin, they be saying he don't really act like a regular black person. Like, it be that weird shit going on with blood. So, it could be that too. They mad.
And I don't know if you ever seen like an interview, but he supposedly has two different voices. So
They
it's
say that about Cat. They say that about Cat too. They say that both of them boys.
yeah, it's yeah. I mean, again, light skin, little perception of soft.
Yeah,
All of that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? So it
you're
is what
right.
it is. As long as
Yeah.
you ball on the court, you change the perspective, you gain respect.
Right.
That's the Knicks. And Boston, we got the Pacers and Cavs.
So who you got? Who you got? Again, I had Cavs in 5, but now I got Pacers in 6. What you got?
If we're talking about Garland, Hunter, and Mobley coming back, Cavs in 7. If we're saying they just gonna be injured for the playoffs, I got Pacers in 5. Donovan Mitchell, he'll get you one. He should have just had one, but he'll get you one. So that's what I got, just depending on the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go out west. So big news with the Warriors around the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Steph Curry drains a floater, and he asked to be subbed out the game, never to be seen going into halftime. So supposedly high, what was it? I forgot what it's high strain.
Ankle sprain or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, ankle sprain or some kind of
some
strain.
type
You
of
got calf
strain.
strain or something.
Um,
Yeah.
and he's supposed to be out for a week, man. And I don't know who was with Draymond, but he was busting threes in game one and helped carry them to victory. I think it's over, man. I think the Warriors going home in 5 if Steph Curry can't come back. But what's your take on that series so far?
Anthony Edwards missed the last half of the second quarter. He came back. He had he sprained his ankle, but he back in the game now. They up by what 15? Yeah, up by 15 right now. Before the series started, uh I had Timberwolves in 7. If he out, yeah, I'll probably go Timberwolves in 5 as well. Timberwolves in 6, something like that. They'll put him out. They're not gonna win without Curry. They'll settle in. But the law that was just a badass loss to lose that game 1 at home. It just so with them sometimes I say, man, you just never know if they gonna be focused enough. And Ant Man being the leader of the team, now you gotta be focused, bro. There's no way you're supposed to lose that game or get the playoffs, and you out here adding more games, and you see what's happening all around the league. Everybody down who you don't think gonna be down, everybody up. You out here blowing games. Now he just went and got hurt, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. So nothing really much to talk about. It should be Timberwolves in 5. We talk more about them in a minute. We talk about LeBron and his BS. But what you got?
I had seen this meme, man. I wish I had remembered exactly who they put, but they put they had they had Julius Randle and Ant Man. It was like, would Julius Randle and Ant Man go up against the Warriors? And they had two people, man, they had them looking crazy. So I
Hmm.
can't think of who it was, but it just popped in my head, made me laugh. But yeah, I mean, overall, again, Steph Curry, that's the engine. Draymond's the train, and right now the train don't got no engine. So I think it's over easily in 5 if Steph Curry doesn't come back. It's crazy, for him to get injured like this right at this point. I rather would have had it happen in the play-in instead of right now. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. He is older. He does run, a half marathon each game. So I think it's a lot of miles being put on those legs, and just thinking about
Right,
how deep they go into the playoffs every year.
right.
It'll be a tall task to ask him to come back, overcome the deficit of being down 2 or 3 games, and then go up against OKC. So I don't know, man. It's tough, but I think they could have beat them in 6. The Warriors could have beat the Wolves in 6, in my opinion, with Curry. Without him, they're gone. Cool, man. So last series, we got the Nuggets, OKC. What you been seeing so far from this matchup?
Only one everybody full strength. This probably gonna be the best series left. I got Nuggets in 7. I don't OKC impressing me.
Are you
They impressing
serious?
me. Yeah, I told you, but I don't OKC. They doing their thing now, but they right now the Nuggets got the momentum. They supposed to steal one. Now OKC got to go to that altitude, got to play up there. Um, I think they might come back down 3-1. I don't think they're gonna get one game in Denver. So they gonna come back down 3-1. That's why I say I got Nuggets. I said Nuggets in 6, 7. I meant to say Nuggets in 6. I think they're gonna close them out at home in Denver in Game 6. Um, I don't think they have enough. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing game 2, game 1. They blew it. Right, and the whole time I'm watching the game, like I don't have no faith they finna win this game. They supposed to come out and blow them out game 2. Nuggets took the hand off the wheel. They ain't tripping. They champions. They pacing themselves. They gonna win these next 2. They'll lose game 5 and close them out in 6. That's how I'm rocking.
The only thing I kept asking myself watching that game, who are these players? That's all I kept saying is, who are
For,
these?
for who? For who?
Who's
For the
Carson Wallace?
for I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Who's Isaiah Joe?
I don't know who that is. He got 2 first names. I don't know who that nigga is.
Yeah, man. And it's just amazing to me. Do you know who Aaron Wiggins is?
Mm-mm.
These are players who were bussing the Nuggets on the other day, man. And these are dudes who get true run on the team, right? So we talk about the NBA playoffs, usually a team 5 to 7 players. If you think about the Knicks, you got your players playing 45, 46, 48 minutes the whole game. And then you
Mm-hmm.
think about the OKC, the number 1 team, right, in the West. To me, I believe they're going to the NBA Finals and have a legit chance to actually win. And they got players that I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, that's how it be.
Huh?
That's how it be. That's how it be.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the things that stick out to me the most is I try to think of the GM, right? And what he's been able to do since picking up Westbrook, Durant, and James Harden to now with this rendition of OKC that's been leading the league the past couple of years, where you make a trade and you get a star player in Shea Gildress. You got Chet Holmgren, Hardenstein from the Knicks is somebody who's playing very well against Joker. And then you got some of these players who I honestly don't know who they are, where they came from.
Hey,
But
don't forget to name Jalen Williams. Don't name the All Star. Don't forget all Jalen Williams All Star.
Yeah, Jalen Williams with it's two of them.
Yeah,
So
the All Star.
yeah, okay. Um, yeah, just the way they've been able to piece this team together and the way they're playing. Lou Dort, if I'm not mistaken, he went to Arlington Country Day. It's just amazing to see how OKC plays, man. I think they're one of the most well coached or just high IQ teams. Why do I say that? The defense that they play against Joker, right? They usually throw these little lob passes into Joker at the free throw line, and he just operates from there, right? Like he just has
Right.
options. He has the dunker spot. He can back that man down, or he can, pitch it out for a three somewhere. So on a double team. And what they do is they attack the ball every time when he does that, because usually he's looking and just reaches his hand out to get the ball, but they're reacting to the ball, right? So the way they're going around him, the way they're attacking on fast break, cutting. I've noticed like teams that cut to the ball or cut to the basket
Hmm.
easily dominate, right? So again,
Right.
2 point opportunities, mid range, versus a team like you would probably say LeBron or Boston, where it's ISO and drive and kick, versus moving the ball, cutting when you don't have the ball, and creating open opportunities for your teammates. That's what OKC does, and of course, on defense, they play it at the highest level, as I've been saying, with the high IQ. So I think they're a real threat. I don't think it's a joke that they blew them out by 30, 40 points yesterday. I think game one, they just let it go by. You had to miss free throws from Holmgren, and Aaron Gordon showing up. But I think they're really going to say, all right, Aaron Gordon, all right, Westbrook, you two got to beat us. So I think that's what they're looking at right now to see if Aaron Gordon, and he been balling, I ain't going to lie, but he got to show me, and I don't think they got it. So I got OKC in six. I think they'll wrap it up, and I really think they have a chance to be championship uh, champions, I'll say, this year for the NBA.
Yeah. I don't have much of an argument. It can happen. It can happen.
So I know you don't go a day without thinking about LeBron, so we'll let you chime in. But
Oh man.
the King, eliminated. It sounds like he's coming back motivated. I don't know if he's gonna be with your Lakers. I assume so. But what's
I
your
hope
take
not.
on the King? What you got to say about him?
Man, it ain't really even much about LeBron. It's really more so about your whole love affair with JJ Redick, this great, excellent coach who you talk about who was so great. He was so good. He was so this. Little did you forget that the real coach of that team is LeBron James. So when Marvin sat down responded on my thing talking about something, is it LeBron fault? I'm like, hell yeah. JJ Redick got this job because of LeBron James. Everything you got going on this team is because of LeBron James. Now, no one knows yet did he or did he not know about the AD trade? That's still being kept under wraps. But again, I had brought up the whole. Let's talk about this trade again. Luca and AD. We seen right now why Dallas traded that dude. We seen right there why Dallas. Because one thing about Luca, when shit ain't going his way, he is not finna give a damn about nothing. He will walk up the court, talking to the referees. He ain't getting back. He ain't. And LeBron doing the same shit too because he older. So LeBron just be taking his time out there. So now you playing 3-on-5 when you shouldn't be, right? Then you got a coach who don't have a fucking clue what he's doing. Obviously, he does not know what he's doing. He bringing in somebody who hasn't played since January. he put him in the game like he finna change some shit. I think with Max Kleber, this dude ain't played since January. He only played I think one game with the Lakers. You put him in the playoffs, like that's gonna help something. You don't figure out how to get Jackson Hayes more involved in this game because you getting killed on the boards. Rudy Gobert had this resurrected his career. We all had claimed he a buck, he a duck, he a ham, he a clown. And because of the Lakers and LeBron James and JJ Redick, I want everybody fired. I want JJ Redick fired. LeBron and Bronny can be traded. I don't know what Luca gonna do. It's whatever with him. But I don't know what's your excuse. What's your reason? Are you just going to say, oh, because he's 40, it don't matter. He getting put out in 5. He went from I'm gonna play 82 games in the playoff. Oh, hold on, let me finish. Then he magically has an MCL sprain after he loses. Oh, my MCL sprain. It's always something with this dude. It's never this. I lost. They was a better team. It's always, oh, I had a sprain. And then the report come out that this dude was out partying at 4 in the morning after the game in Beverly Hills. But we supposed to believe that your fucking knee or whatever is sprained. Man, get out of here. He need to go off the Lakers or retire. I'm sick of him. He's bad for basketball. He need to beat it.
Bad for basketball. You
Bad
wouldn't
for
be able to
basketball.
talk basketball if it
We
wasn't for
we
him.
just had a very long lengthy combo and he ain't even come up. We talked basketball very well without his ass being here.
You text me and said we got to talk.
You said what?
anyway, anyway, this is my take, man. When it comes to LeBron James and the Lakers, why he can't have the Wiggins and the Isaiah Joes and these people that's on the OKC that just hit wide open jump shots.
Hold on, time out. Did you not see what Rui was doing? Rui couldn't miss. That motherfucker couldn't miss.
Rui was getting crossed up.
Rui could not miss. What happened was, remember when I picked them to win game, I said because of Austin Reeves. But what happened? Austin Reeves got the same game as LeBron and them. He ISO. So there's no way he finna go ISO. LeBron finna go ISO and Luka going ISO. So Austin Reeves was pretty much nullified because of the team he played with. He should have really been coming off the bench so he can go ISO by himself. That's a pathetic. Go ahead, man. Pathetic.
I'm just saying, like, the type of players that be role players on these other teams, like even Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley was on the Lakers. He wasn't no 6 man of the year candidate. He wasn't
Yeah.
he wasn't busting jump shots like that. So I don't know, man. Like I just say the man 40. I don't really hold him to the high standard right now that everybody else does, but I get it because he is the greatest, right? So it's hard not to have high expectations. I would want him on my team, but I get it, man. Like I don't
I
know
don't.
who would you put on the Lakers? Like what does the Lakers look like firing everybody?
I don't know. Get a well respected coach. I mean, I don't know if Mark Jackson will ever get a job again because of his beliefs. You can go hire him. We should have Ty Lue really get Ty Lue from over the Clippers because they cursed. Get him over there with the Lakers. Anthony Edwards will be on our team in a few years, or it's gonna be Joker. Somebody comes to the Lakers. It wouldn't be surprised me this year if next year when they come back, somebody gonna find a way over. That's what the Lakers do. Somebody gonna be over there. They're gonna make everybody believe that the Lakers got a chance to win a championship and LeBron get number 5. It ain't gonna happen. But when he finally bounces, Anthony Edwards is the prime candidate to be on our team. Joker can be over there. The Lakers gonna have him a big name. And if they don't win a championship, Ant-Man to be in LA, turning up.
Hot
That's what I
take,
see happening in the next 2 to 5 years. Huh?
hot take. The Lakers won't win a championship in 20 years once LeBron leaves. Hot
I
take.
doubt it. I doubt it. Hell
Hot
no.
take.
I doubt it.
So
It's
are
very
you
hot.
kind of hating on LeBron? Like I want him to retire just to see how you gonna act once he leave the game. That's
Get out of here, man. Get out. He might be in jail. I don't know if you're paying attention to what's going on in the real world. His ass might end up in jail. If
why.
you into hey, the Diddy trial is starting.
Yeah.
And his name is being mentioned. So he's part of I ain't gonna this I'm
Everybody
gonna
name.
say
My
this.
name was mentioned. Everybody
No,
name
that's
was
not good. You shouldn't be saying those type of things.
mentioned.
I'm back away from your ass. I'm your name mentioned. But come to find out, LeBron James is like the VP or the chairman or some shit or the Met Gala. What the fuck is what you doing associate yourself with that? And that's so funny. We're going real quick. Remember at the end of the last show, I said outcasts can do no wrong until they do something wrong. And this nigga show up with a damn piano on his back at the Met Gala. I'm like, God damn, dog, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Putting a piano album out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the world coming to, bro. It's just retarded. It's just crazy what's going on in this world. But back to sports, yeah, man. Retire LeBron James. Let's get to the true ham, and that's James Harden. What are your thoughts on James Harden, man?
James Harden retired about 6 years ago. Yeah. Once he
Hey,
left Houston, like that first half of that season where he got real big and just was like, whatever I want up out of here. To me, that's
yeah,
when he retired and
you might
became
be right.
Jim Harden.
You
Uh,
might be right.
and I had high hopes, and I was like, man, I'm going to this Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Philadelphia game, man, I'm a see James Harden, man.
Uh,
James Harden was my dude. I love James Harden game. I thought he was a hooper. I thought he really could have won a championship with the Rockets. Honestly, with Chris Paul was there, the Chris Paul effect. He just got
man, listen.
injured when they played the Warriors, but they still had that chance. They just had that horrible game where I think they went what 0 for 37 or something like that. So I had high hopes, man, for James Harden. And when he just left the Rockets, man, it just went downhill. Like his whole even like his beard and just hairline, like everything just it just seemed like stuff changed, man. Like it just wasn't the same. And that's why I just said he's no longer James Harden. He's Jim Harden. And I expect what I expect. I don't expect him to Jim Harden to show up in the fourth quarter. I don't expect Jim Harden to win any type of championship. I don't expect him to say, get out the way. I'm taking over the game and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And I expect Jim Harden to go to the hole, flare his hands up, and hope a foul's called. So that's my expectations. James Harden, for what I knew him as, and the baller to me retired when he left Houston Rockets. The other person who's been out there, I call him Jim Harden.
uh, so some news came out just a while ago. You remember? Do you know who Cherokee the Ass is? You remember Cherokee the Ass from back in the day?
Nah.
Porno, big time porn girl, big time, right?
So he on the
News come.
OnlyFans, the booty
Listen,
club.
listen. Everyone know Cherokee is. You should know who Cherokee is, but if you don't, it's whatever, right? News come out just a while
Never
ago
heard
that
of her.
we lying. This nigga James Harden paid. She was his special guest for Game 6. So you know how his jersey retired in the Houston strip clubs, right? Game 6, James Harden bought Cherokee the ass of the game. If you see Cherokee the ass, I'm like, nigga, that's why your ass dropped in Game 7. Because after Game 6, you went home and had too much fun, and now your legs gone. You don't have no energy for Game 7 because you fucking with Cherokee the ass. She like a cougar these days, so she took everything from him. And that's why he didn't show up, bro. It wouldn't surprise me. That's always why he losing. He out here turned up in the strip clubs, turned up, not focused. Come on and say he don't give a damn. He like of that ill who put out. I don't care about no championship. I'm getting my money. I don't care about if I win. I win. I'm just hooping, and it's hard to respect that kind of stuff. But you kind of gotta respect a dude who at least gonna say it, so you won't feel cheated. Like this Jay, he told me. He told me. I don't give a fuck. So don't expect me to show up. But I never seen nothing like this in my life. A big game player who always in the biggest moments. I knew he was a booth in the 2012 finals when the Thunder played the Heat. It was like game 4, game 5. They had a wide open layup. This nigga missed it. It's wide open. When nobody near him, he missed the layup. I'm just like, that's probably why they ain't giving that money right now. You missing wide open damn layups. He ain't want to give him the $4 million, man. So he's not a big name player. Kobe Bean Bryant, the boat told us the way he plays basketball is never gonna win a championship. And every team he goes to, you could just tell when they lose in Game 7, it's because of him. He never shows up. He another one. He need to retire. He bad for basketball. He need to get out of here. Him and LeBron James, maybe they can go play together somewhere. Go to Toronto. I think everybody should go to Toronto. Bronny, LeBron, JJ Redick, James Harden, all go form a super team in Toronto. LeBron's last super team. KD, he want to go. Take your ass up there. Everybody, go play in Toronto, man. Go far away from all of us. Go do your thing up there in Toronto. That's what I think.
Yeah, now that would be crazy. Um, I was actually in South Beach for that championship in 2012. It was a fabulous time being
Yeah.
in a place where there's winners. You know what I'm saying? Soon
Right.
that'll be Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. But yeah, I'm disappointed in James Harden. Ultimately, um, like I said, he was somebody I really liked. I liked his game when he was in Houston. I thought he was going to do big things. It just didn't turn out that way, and I was real upset. Like you said, it was hard to respect that game I went to, watch them live, and I didn't. It felt like Space Jam when Charles Barkley
Mhm.
and all them lost their powers. It was like, man,
Yeah.
who is that out there on the court, man? I was
Ah,
hot at that game, man.
that's crazy.
I was
That's
disappointed for
crazy.
sure. But yeah, man, I don't know. James Harden is what it is. Um, we've been talking a lot. Anything else about NBA playoffs?
Nah, man. Right now, the Warriors coming back. They listen, close game without Steph Curry, man.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me that
Um,
close game, but nah, no more.
I wanted to touch on something real quick, man. We've been talking about discipline a lot when it comes to like athletes, men in general, right? Shannon Sharp. So, are you familiar with the Pope?
Hell no.
Me either. But
Hmm.
they just announced a new Pope, right? Supposedly
Mhm.
American.
American. I seen that part of the American, yeah.
Pope Leo, I think, the 14th. Um, what struck me, man, is I've been reading Leviticus, right?
Hmm.
And it talks about, the priesthood coming through Aaron's lineage and what's required of the priest, right? When you think
Hmm.
about the responsibilities, the character, um, being able to actually relate to God and be the one who does sacrifices for the people, etc. I was reading some of the characteristics and it made me question myself, right? Because
Hmm.
one of the things I saw was like they couldn't be married, if I'm not mistaken, or if they were, it had to be like with a virgin. It was just certain things like you couldn't do, and the consequences, right? One, separation from God. Two, death. So it had me just thinking to myself, man, what does the Pope actually do? Like, what are the responsibilities that he has to deal with? So this is what stood out to me. Over the past 900 years, this law essentially was in effect for popes. They had to abstain from marriage and abstain from sexual interactions. How do you think what would that be like for you? If you could imagine not being married. I know right now you're talking about doing things for yourself, so maybe you can relate. But I was just thinking like what it must be like to be a man who looks to be 60, 70, 80 years old that has never been married with and can't, and then also has never had sexual interactions.
Yeah, for one, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe the Pope doing any. I don't believe that Pope do any of that shit. I believe them Pope. Then you might want to ask me about this on the airways, bro, because I don't believe the Pope is representation in any of that shit. I think the Pope
Okay.
is doing all type of nasty, diabolical bullshit. I don't fuck with no popes for one. Now you talking about the priesthood in Leviticus? That's a different little thing. Uh, they couldn't work. They had to serve in the temple all times, and that's where the tire supposed to go. We don't even go into that to that tire right now, but you know what I'm saying. It's hard to have sexual discipline, especially in 2025, man, with all this access and every time you turn on anything is ass and titties everywhere. I just came from the gym. Oh my gosh, bro! I came from the gym. I happened to go in the sauna. And I'm the only dude there, and it's like six women around me, and they all got everything out. Older women, younger women, of all that. I'm just sitting there like, boy,
Like butt naked?
now they ain't naked, but I'm saying they
Okay.
leaving cleavage and shorts on. You can see everything. If you gaze and you can gaze, and it's so crazy because it's like what I found. It's a good question you asked, bro. What I found when you get into that mentality of sexual discipline, it makes that shit come even more. Like now the girls want to chase you. Usually, regular, regular life, I'm living my life. I gotta go approach the women. But when you get into the space of, I don't want to do with these motherfuckers. I'm chilling. Now here they come. They smiling. Everywhere where you go, is they looking. They do. They're not saying it. And they say it's a whole science. They say it's a whole energy to it. So I'm happy. I'm not no Levitical priest because I'm not. I wouldn't do it. Ain't no way I'm finna see him be a eunuch or none of that stuff unless it was just. I would have to hear the audible words from the creator. You can't be fucking nothing. I would have to hear those words for me to ever endeavor on a space like that for the rest of my life and all this. Nah, bro, I ain't rocking with it. Like I said, I don't believe the Pope do that shit any damn way. I believe the Pope is a dirty bastard. So
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine, right? But at least it was just curious. I was curious reading it, like, man, this is the requirement because it made me think back to what I've been reading. And like, man, there was serious consequences for it, right? Like death. What's the consequence? And it's like, all right, yeah, how disciplined could I be knowing that the consequence of my actions was actually death? Um, I think about that even with jail. Like, all right, do I want to go to jail or do I
no,
want to
fuck.
not avoid, doing that? Can I have discipline in certain areas to avoid intentionally, going to jail, right? So that's how I think about it. The other thing I thought about is being disconnected or exiled from God, right? And I was just thinking, like, I'm always so immediately quick to say, man, I ain't, I'm a sin in certain aspects. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I could be perfect or want that role of responsibility. But then I think about, man, what would it be like to actually have that direct connection to God, right? If that was the thing, like, hey, you can have direct connection to God, or you can do these things over here. And that's when I started to really think about, like, dang, is that what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want that connection. So it was just thoughts running through my head. Just thinking about discipline in general, but like, what's the reward of being disciplined? And why is it that in certain cases he's like, nah, I'm good. I'd rather not
That's
be.
kind of that make you question a lot of that stuff in the Bible because it's like, and one aspect is say man should not be alone. It ain't good for man to be alone, right? He gave Adam Eve for this reason, right? You seen what men do for it, right? You seen what King David did when he saw a beautiful woman. You seen what destroyed Solomon. So in certain aspects, I think in certain spaces and times for single men, I don't know about for married men, but for single men, it may be good. Now, I can say right now, that's my life right now. Like having the understanding that you know what, I need to just leave females alone for a minute. That's a humbling, sorry reality, especially in 2025. Like I just said, when it's so much access, right? It don't take nothing to get none of that. You know what I'm saying? It don't take nothing to get no female companionship. I'm 35 years old, best shape of my life, more money I've had in my life. I'm on my own, single plate. You know what I'm saying? And to be like, damn, I need to leave these motherfuckers alone if I want to go higher. And like you said, get that direct connection and know how to move, what to do, and what needs to be done, and then understand the consequences is gonna be a life of just I had a word today. I said this being just like plateauing and not going higher,
Yeah.
and the walk, in the journey, and trying to like really be all you can be type time, man. So that was a real good question. I'm actually today. That's real.
Yeah, and just to close it out, but also follow back to something you said on your journey to the Kendrick Lamar concert. I thought that was real interesting because I used to try to implement that frequently in college. I would actually like go to the Grand Lux or a restaurant, get there, and they'll say, order for two, table for two. I'd be like, nah, table for one. And I'll literally get dressed up like I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah,
out, get me a drink, get me a nice meal, and be
yeah,
chilling. And then I'll
yeah.
go back to campus. You know what I'm saying? But it was in those moments though that you got people coming up to you, especially if you like go to happy hour, sit at the bar, or even traveling. Like I encourage, like you did, like I encourage people, especially when you're younger, but at any point, if possible, go live life by yourself, right? Where you
Mhm.
have to make the decision on what you want to eat. What if you want to go to the museum, if you want to go to the bar, or if you want to go walk down the park, whatever it is, where you have to make the decisions. And somehow it just naturally attracts people to you, man. You just get things on a different frequency. The conversations
Mhm.
are different. People see you in a different light. I don't know what it is to it, but it's something that I experience a lot because I just intentionally put myself in those positions. But it was something that stuck out to me when you mentioned your journey to the show. I was like, man, that sounds real familiar and it makes
What
sense.
they say it is, what they say it is you at that point in that space, all your energy has been given to yourself. So now you're not pointing to others. You're not worrying about giving and doing and worrying about like say you got a woman. You don't have to worry about her talking about her feet hurt. 'Cause that's what I'm saying. That's what I seen in the concert, bro. The concert,
Yeah,
I seen all the brothers with the old ladies, and it was raining. And all of them, I'm sitting, the dude was sitting there looking. She's like, "Can we go in? It's raining. Can you carry this? Can you slow down?" I'm like, "Oh boy, I remember what that shit was like, and I do not miss that part of life." So I'm sitting there, just sitting there. I'm having fun all by myself, and everybody looking at me. Everybody vibing off me. They turned up with me and everything because all my energy is in me, and it's just naturally gonna radiate out. So it's going to everybody, but it's not purposely going to any one person. So
right.
everybody just putting that good energy, man. You think about even in the scriptures, anytime he dealt with somebody on the real level, he had to separate them. You know, you got to go dolo. You ain't coming with people. Whenever the Messiah went and prayed, he went and prayed by himself. He had what Job or not Job, what's the one Jonah in the well, he by himself. You know what I'm saying? Noah built the ark by himself. Lot had to do everybody, Abraham off by himself. Moses, at some point in time in a man's life, no matter what you believe in, it is good, I believe, to spend some consecrated, focused time by yourself. Now, when you're married, I don't know if you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just talk to your lady and be like, hey, look, I got to do what I got to do right now. But as a single man, I got to do it right now. I got to just be dolo.
Yeah, I would say it's possible, and I usually see it just for any man who's married who tries to find, depending on your lifestyle. I learned I just have to get up at 4 a.m., man.
There
So
you go. There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them
yeah,
hours. Yep.
I
Yep.
just get up
Yep.
at 4. I literally come right
Yep.
up here to my office. I meditate right here on
Yep.
my
Yep.
couch. I put Peloton. I get my 20-minute stretch in. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Right.
I start journaling for the day, and then I go run my 3 miles. So
Yep.
yeah,
That's it.
that's if I don't do that, like the energy on my day can be a little different, but that'll kickstart my day just having that alone time. Because once my son up, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, it's playtime until bedtime.
Right. Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that's for real. I think that was a good conversation, especially for men. I always try to aim for young men, thinking about how to separate yourself, and sometimes you got to stay. It's not even like it seems even easier in certain cases to be disciplined when you locked in
It
on
is.
what you're trying to achieve.
It
But when
is.
you're distracted,
Yeah, you distract.
things can happen, man. So to wrap up, man. It was some big trades in the NFL. You got Pickens, going to Dallas, and it just got me excited about the season kind of officially kicking off, right? Like you got mini camp starting around the NFL. The biggest, of course, the Jaguars kick off tomorrow. I wish I could be there just to check it out. But what's your thoughts on what to kind of expect for the summer as we approach the NFL season? So we talked about the Jags being crazy. We seeing the organization flip around. We now gone through the draft. What's your early projections with what you're seeing so far?
Oh man, I just hope everybody stay healthy, man. I don't want to see nobody come out injuries. I always hate when I see that in the middle of the playoff, the middle of the
Off
preseason
season.
or off season. Some player get hurt and miss the whole damn season. I hope everybody just stay healthy. I do plan on going out there to some training camp, mini camp for the first time. I never did that before. I never went to the Jaguars. So
Oh,
doing
that's
this with you,
cool.
maybe, yeah, never did that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out there and put on for the show. We gonna, you know what I'm saying, get out there and turn up a little bit, see what's going on.
Maybe
I'm
we can
goddamn
get some
boo.
sideline access.
Maybe 'cause I don't know, I'm gonna be booing. I'm gonna be boo. I'm I'm cutting that Bronco down, man. Cause
Oh,
they
you
put the Broncos
crazy?
this year. I'm going Bronco down, man. Uh, Cowboys. I don't give a damn about the Cowboys, man. They don't let them niggas do the matter. Trade Pickens. All he might come and do is mess that damn locker room up. I don't see nothing going good coming from that. I guess, and we gonna see what happen with Aaron Rodgers eventually. He hasn't signed yet, has he? I don't know what the Steelers doing. I'm thinking they say I don't want to see what happened with Tomlin, man. They keep saying Tomlin gonna stay, but what they got going on, bro, just seems like sabotage going on with him. I don't know what them dudes doing in Pittsburgh. Um, I don't have much to say, man. I've never really been that guy who cared much about training camp, mini camp, and all that shit. I want to see him on the field. Just kind of like a dead time to me. So they're watching the playoffs. We'll see what happens though. We just hope nobody don't get hurt. Nobody don't get hurt. That's all.
Yeah, definitely don't want nobody to be hurt. I still think about Dante Fowler.
Yeah, him.
To the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went to their mini camps. I used to go all the little mini camps, training camps, because I always wanted to see and set my expectations high going into the
Right.
season.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Uh, but yeah, I am excited because it's just this new regime, right? And I'm really just curious to see what it looks like to have Travis Hunter in pads playing in the NFL, but specifically playing for my team. So that's what I'm most curious about. Shout out to him, by the way. He graduated, walked the stage today. So that's cool. There's a lot of graduations happening. I believe USC, someone I know is going to USC graduation. I'll be in Atlanta for a graduation. So it's a lot of greatness going on. But thinking about Travis Hunter and the Jags gear, just to realize that tomorrow, I'm gonna be looking at all the little interviews. I just want to see what the message is. Is it consistent? Is there anybody else who's flashing from the draft class? Because I'm not too familiar with everybody. But the one thing that stands out is speed.
Yeah, speed. Yep.
Everybody who they drafted has speed, or when you think
Mm-hmm.
about from a line or linebacker standpoint, vicious. So
Mm-hmm.
I never really thought about it this way, but when you think about the Jaguars and their offensive linemen, you hardly see them getting penalties for finishing people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
They
If it
ain't
was
finishing shit.
penalties, it was false start, hold
Yeah.
on a sack. You know what I'm saying? Hands in the face, but you never saw somebody, hey man, that personal foul on number
Right.
72 for,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
He's too rough.
Excessive pancake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
that's what again, James Gladstone, the Tony Baselli, Liam Cohen. I'm just excited to see the product now on the field because everything since the hire has been on par, on pace, consistent, willing to take risks, willing to invest, getting rid of Gabe Davis, right?
That's it. Cut
That's
that boy.
20. If I saw 20 million in dead money, and they say,
Yeah.
yeah, you can go ahead and pack it up, pack
Right.
it up. You don't fit the culture. You're slow. You're injured. I don't know why they signed you to a $30 million deal. You were nice in Buffalo, but you can pack it up. You don't fit our culture. So just to see the moves that they're making, did you know also he fired like three executives in what a scout in the scouting department that was hired by your guy that you did the thing with, the previous GM?
No, I didn't know that, but it makes sense. I say you should fire everybody who was left from that jerk.
He did.
Yeah,
So
fire everybody.
So that's it. And then lastly, they did a little reel, and they say, "Hey, what was your song that you came in to work on today?" And he said, "Future, Blood and Tears," or something like that. And it just made me think, like, it's just again different, right? Because that's not what you was gonna get from the previous GM. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? It's just a
Tim
different,
McGraw type
yeah,
shit.
like
Mm.
it's not necessarily about that it's future. It's just like that is actually what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's what he was listening to on the way to
Present.
work.
He present. He's present. Right.
Correct. So I'm just excited to see how this translates because it is completely different from what we do know
It
as
is.
Jaguar fans, and it's lining up to be something special. So I won't get too far ahead of myself, but I'm
I
excited.
think what else make this? I feel the vibe in the city around Jacksonville fans is kind of real anxious down here because if I'm not mistaken, this their last year here for a little stint, right? I think they're going somewhere else the next year or two.
I believe Orlando they're gonna play for 2 years.
Right. So I mean, people really want to you want to leave the city with a good taste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come down here and stink up the joint and you go to Orlando and we sitting here left with nothing worrying about you for 2 damn years. So yeah, man. I'm gonna be on the scene a lot this year. Like I said, I'm sad I missed that draft party, but I'm gonna be on the scene a lot, figuring out, just seeing what's going on down here in Duval County with these Jaguars, man. And this new regime, and this leadership, and everything. Lower the ticket prices, shit.
All right. Well, go ahead and get you a cabana, 7,000.
Nope, not gonna happen. Nope. I'm $20 tickets, standing room only. That's what I'm gonna be at. Except I'm not to bring my daughter, and then we're gonna get them nice seats.
Yeah, I gotta go hang with Michaela. She mess around, be in them cabanas hanging with Mr. Cons.
Yeah,
Shout
yeah,
out to my homie
yeah,
Michaela.
yeah.
But
Word,
yeah,
no doubt.
man, NBA playoffs is looking good. I'm gonna watch a couple games tonight, see what's going on, and we're
So it's only one game. It's only one game tonight.
oh, that's it.
Yeah, it's 7 minutes left.
Dang, I thought
Yeah,
I don't know. I
it's only
thought
one game.
another game. Okay. Well, yeah, Timberwolves got that in the bag. Like I said, they'll wrap that up. So I guess I can go to sleep then. Shoot, go hang with my wife. But
Right, man, do that.
keep keep engaging. I mean, people been commenting, people have been reacting, people have been showing love, man. So I think we just gonna keep this theme going. We're gonna tap into this all season, find different ways to bring people on.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Appreciate all the new supporters, all the new followers, subscribe. We appreciate y'all, man. Tap in with us.
hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and we'll see y'all next week.